And welcome back to LTS, Let's Talk Sports. And of course, today we're talking tennis. And if you are a Federer fan, you would have been disappointed on Sunday as Djokovic took his second Wimbledon title. And of course, we have our very own upcoming, dare I say, Venus and Nadal, you know. And as we prepare for the Sagicor 2014 junior tournament, we have some gentlemen in studio with us who will talk. With me, I have Anthony Sanchez, who is the director for the tournament, and of course, the Sagicor Life Inc. sponsor, Mr. James Camacho. So, welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, Mr. Camacho, I have to ask, you guys have been sponsoring this event for how many years now?
This is our 12th year of sponsorship.
12-year sponsorship. Why tennis, though?
Why tennis? I mean, Sagicor's mission or vision is to be a great company committed to improving the lives of the people or communities in which we operate. And we do this through investing, sponsoring, and donating to sports, education, and health. So as far as sports are concerned, there are two main areas. One is our junior lawn tennis tournament that we currently being undertaken, and the other is a golf tournament at St. Andrew's Golf Course in Mocha junior year as well.
That's happening. Okay, so do you all sponsor other events as well? Yeah, you're on board with other...
Those are the main two sporting events,
right.
But we also sponsor education program called STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics.
STEM.
And we also are involved in health, things like the Cancer Society and so on.
Right. So you all are very much involved. What has the relationship been like, though? What can you say for you? Brings that joy to sponsor, especially a tournament like this, where you have the junior tennis. They're coming, the up and coming.
To see all the young people playing together, the teamwork involved,
right?
And just the camaraderie amongst the tennis players from various parts of Trinidad and Tobago, various sports, various clubs, all coming together.
Nicely, nicely. So let me just get to you now, Mr. Director. So I know you're the director for this particular tournament. And give us some more information in terms of what has the workload been like logistically to prepare for this?
Well, it's quite a challenging task to take on because you have to make sure that everything is ready for the day. Right. Sponsorship, equipment, the registration of players, uniforms, and so forth. We do have some partners with us. For water, we tend to deal with Blue Waters.
Right.
So over the years, we have created some partnerships that we are able to put together. So at a short notice, you put together the logistics to get this tournament ready. You normally start like about a month before, right, minimum, to start putting things together.
What size of committee does it take, though,
in what we have is a two-stem committee. What we have, there's a oversee tournament committee, right, and then you have the actual tournament committee, right? So it's two committees that work hand in hand, as well as we have other people that are behind the scenes that normally help. So, as I said, we have partners with certain providers. Right. So once we have a schedule, an annual schedule that is put out of tournaments, so we just work with that in hand and call upon the help or assistance of other people.
And you go from there. I know it's at the court in St. Clair there.
Right, that's the public court.
Public court.
Yeah.
Is that the only court that you all keep these type of events? Or?
Right, that's the general court that we use for these sort of events. It's really the only area that we have so much courts. We actually have 6 normal courts and 1 stadium. So you have 7 courts. So you're able to put on something like that. Like, for instance, yesterday, where the tournament started, Monday, right, we had something like 93 games that played, wow, right? Because the entrance is 106. This year is an increase from last year. So you had 93 games put on yesterday. Thank the Lord for the good weather. Today, we have approximately between 60 to 70 games to play. So, it's the only area, as I said, that have these kind of courts. We are looking forward to the Tacarigua, the Tacarigua.
Right. Yeah, because I was about to ask you some of the other courts, because I'm really not aware. Can you
just... Well, there's this big complex that is being built right now in Tacarigua, right, near Etihad. Right. It's actually, there's an extension of Etihad there. So we are hoping that is done, it's big, more courts and so forth, better facilities, because this is a sort of makeshift use we are using right now. Right. It's really the public courts. So you find it's not spectator friendly and that kind of thing. But as I said, it carries the quantity of courts and you're able to put on the games. Anything smaller than that, then you have to extend the period, right?
Right.
So that you have longer, right, to be able to put on the games, or you might have to run even later. Last night we ended roughly at about 8:30.
Wow.
I haven't started at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. So almost a 12-hour.
Exactly. Yeah.
And do you have courts in Tobago though?
Yes, we actually are looking in August. We have 2 tournaments in Tobago. That's the RBC Junior, and then we have the ITF. In Trinidad and Tobago, we are privileged to have 2 ITF tournaments. One was completed in April, that's the Trinidad leg, and then there's one in August, as I said, in Tobago.
ITF, educate me here.
ITF, that is the International Tennis Federation. They govern all the junior tournaments, right, as well as senior tournaments. So it's an international tournament, right? It's sanctioned by an international body. So again, it puts pressure on us to make sure there's a certain level, because you have groupings as well. The tournaments have gradings. So, right, we are in Trinidad we do a 4, and in Tobago we do a 5. We in one of the lowest. When you now start, you start off at the low level, and as you develop and participants and facilities, you start going higher in grades. So we are hoping one day to have, as you said, the Federers, the likes of Federers and Williams down here to be playing against our Federers and Williams.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally. And in terms of, I know like you would have other clubs, you know, they would go to different countries and have that. Do we have the same thing here, that they come to Trinidad and vice versa? Right.
But what happens is that as a group we are represented by Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, there are different clubs in Trinidad and Tobago. But when we go overseas, for instance, there's the Caribbean leg. Right after this, we're going on Caribbean leg, and it's going to end in Tobago, the ITF. So we go as representations, basically, of Trinidad and Tobago, not as clubs.
Right. As Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. All right, great. And of course, I know you have Sagicor as your sponsor, and they've been with you for 12 years.
Yes.
There are a lot of other associations, and you always hear the cry for sponsorship. So I know you're very happy, of course, to have Sagicor.
Yes, we are very happy with this relationship here.
How has that relationship been on your end, and of course, the benefits, the plus side for you?
Well, one of the great pluses that we having a sponsor, you have different ideas. You have from a corporate level coming into the fray, as well as you are able to put on a certain level of tournament when you have a sponsor versus not having a sponsor. And we have worked well over the last 12 years. I mean, I have been involved with them over the last 4 or 5 years, and we have really grown. And it even helps when you have relatives or siblings from the the sponsors playing in the tennis. So
so that
helps as well.
For you. Okay. And in terms of, do you have any youth development program right now?
Right now we are working on some youth development programs. We should be launching that soon. But that is one of the things that we really need to fast forward, because we really need to. That's the way to development and becoming the stars ahead. The
stars. All right. Mr. Sponsor, is there anything you'd like to add to that? I know.
No, I mean, I think you just want to mention that, I mean, our full trust have been youth over the last few years. You can see from our calendars that we have youth in all of our calendars. We have, you know, all our ads involve young people.
Right.
So that's really we really strive to improve and develop our youth in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, definitely. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I know you'll be back with us. We will be back right after this break. Let's talk sports.
Finishing?
Yep.